it's Josh from isoVerse here, and isoVerse is a new Minecraft network where we have survival, skyblock, creative, and parkour servers, and I'm very excited to show you today on the survival server our land claim system. We've got a lot of custom plugins. Our land claim system is awesome. It's got a lot of features, and I'm going to be showing them to you today. So let's start out. Here is a little bit of land that I would like to claim, and this is a friend that I have that's going to help me test. This area looks pretty good for a claim. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just place some gold blocks here in two corners of my property so we can visualize where our claim's going to be. So let's just say that I want to build my house right here, and I want to start building in this area, but I want to protect my house from griefers. Griefing is never allowed on isoVerse, but sometimes people like to do that, and adding a claim prevents them from ever getting into your stuff, moving items in your chest, or breaking blocks in your house. So to enter claim mode, all you have to do is do /claim, and then you'll be entered in claim mode. You can see in the chat it tells you can left click to inspect and right click to claim. So if you left click, it'll tell you if somebody owns a block that you click. So if you're not able to build, you're able to left click while in claim mode and just see who owns the block. It also helps to see people who have land next to you. You can see here, I can right click to claim. So to first start, I'm going to right click one corner of my property. I'm going to right click here. And you can see that the block actually turns to diamond to help you visualize where that click was. Now it says that the first corner is set, but I need to right click the opposite corner. So I'm going to walk over here to this other corner, and you can see basically everything between these two corners is going to be protected in my claim. So I can build my house inside this area safely. Let's right click again, and let's just do it on the other side. So I just clicked right there, and now it's asking if we want to buy the claim. It costs $1 per claim block. So if this claim is maybe 10 by 10, it'll cost $100. So it's a little bit more than 10 by 10. I'm going to click confirm here, and now you can see that the claim has been purchased. And now I'm able to share it with friends. Right here, you can see the borders of my claim have also been defined. Now these blocks are just a visualizing place to see your claim. They're not actually the real blocks. So if you click on them, they'll just go away. And they don't actually do anything. Now you can see it did tell me that I'm able to do /trust to share my claim with friends. But first, let's actually look at some of the information about this claim. So I'm going to just do /claim info. And now it's going to bring up something in chat, which is a whole interface that allows you to manage your claim. You're going to be in here most of the time. You're not even going to need to use the commands. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on hide chat. So basically, anybody who chats, if they chat, the message will not come through while I'm in my claiming mode. But if they do chat, for example, I just chatted here, and then we'll click to see the chat, and you can see that the chat message shows up here in your hidden chat menu. I'm going to go back, and everything in the menu is clickable, so you're able to click around, and it works pretty well. So I did claim info, right? And I'm now standing inside my claim. So you can see that I'm getting claim info on my basic claim. You can see I'm the owner. You can see a bunch of options about it that you're able to see and change. Now I'm going to just go walk outside of my claim right here. So now you can see in the chat, it actually, in the action bar, it showed wilderness. Walk back in, it shows that it's my claim. So now I'm standing outside. Let's do claim info, and you can see that I'm viewing the information in the wilderness. So there's no owner, and there's not really much information there. So, oops, just fell down. Let's go back in the claim and do claim info. So I'm going to turn hide chat back on, and you can see there's a bunch of settings that I'm able to choose. Now this just gives you details. You can even click on details, get a lot more information. It's the 1.17 world. You can see that it's a 13 by 14 area. You can see all the corners to the claim, and you can actually click to teleport to one of the claim's corners. So I'm going to I don't even need to do claim info because I'm already here in the menu. So I'll just go back, and now there's tabs at the top. The commands tab shows you a list of a bunch of commands that you're actually probably never going to need to use. Some of them are helpful, but you really can do everything from the interface here, so you don't need to worry about the commands. And some of them you're not able to use anyway. Now the flags are really fun because the flags allow you to change properties of your claim. Now different donor ranks have different flags that they're able to change. So you can see right here, I don't have a donor rank, so I'm not actually able to change any flags, but I am able to hover over a flag to see more information about it. So let's say you want to have a public area where people can edit the chests. Well, you're able to get a donor rank, and you can change that flag in your claim, and you can go to the next page to be able to see more information about it. So let's get into some more information about our claims and our trusts. So here we have our player information. This just shows you some information about claims in general, but the trust menu, that's the key place that you're going to want to go. There's 4 levels of trust that you can give to somebody. You can make them an accessor, a builder, a container, or a manager. And there's different reasons to give people different permissions. So, and they're kind of self-explanatory. I would recommend going to our wiki so that you're able to see more information about each of them. So the accessor role for your claim will basically make it so that somebody is able to only access chests in your claim. They're not going to be able to do anything else. And you can just click on this plus button right here. Then it asks if you want to add a player or a group. You can add a player, just the player's username, or a group. You could choose either public to allow everybody to access chests, or you can type in one of the other groups that we have on isoVerse, like hero, elite, or even a staff rank if you want. There's also the next role is the builder. So a builder is pretty simple. They're just allowed to build in your claim. And that just makes it so that they're able to access any block. They can break, they can place blocks, they can do all that stuff. And a container is interesting too because they're able to access and interact with blocks excluding inventory. And then finally, manager. Manager allows the player to have access to everything and even modify claims, add people to the trust. They can modify flags, so that's a pretty important and maybe dangerous role to give people. So I'm going to give the builder role here. I'm going to hit plus. We're going to add a player, and the player's name is Shadowstorm27. And that's my friend. There he is. So now he is added as person in my claim, and I can go to this claim information and see that he's actually listed as a builder, and I can remove him or I can just see that he's there. And now as he tries to build, he is able to build in my claim. So that is helpful to be able to do that. Now, let's say that I want to do a little bit more advanced operations with my claim. So while you go into claim mode, I can actually use claim mode if I want to expand my claim and to add additional land to my existing claim. But I can also use the claim mode to change the mode that I'm doing. So you have different modes that you can do. Mode basic, mode subdivide, and mode town. Now mode subdivide is cool because inside of your existing claim that you already have, you're able to right click 2 additional corners and you're able to create a subdivision, which then you can rent out or sell to other people inside of your big claim. And that's a pretty simple process, and it works the exact same as regular claims. It's just one claim is inside of another. And if you do claim info, if you're inside of that subdivided claim, you can change if you want it to be able to inherit or not the values from the parent claim. So you're able to set flags in the parent that don't apply to the child. And then there's also mode town, which is pretty cool. So mode town allows you to create a town claim, and you can see that I'm able to click on 2 areas. Now, for towns, they have to be a little bit bigger, and they obviously can't intersect with an existing claim. But in a town claim, you can actually have multiple basic claims inside of the town, which have multiple subdivisions inside of those basic claims. So you're able to set up very complicated modes for people to be able to access your land, and you can sell and rent and stuff like that as well. Now, another information piece that you're going to want to know is whenever you do the claim mode. Now, I just exited claim mode, but I'll go back into it. Right now, I'm in 2D claim mode, which means that if I click 2 points, these 2 gold blocks here, it's going to claim everything from bedrock to sky. And that's a helpful tool because that way you can build up and down. You don't have to worry about the 2 points of your house, one being up in the sky. It protects bedrock to sky. But you could do the command /cuboid, and that claims in 3D mode. So now the claims that you build with the claim mode, when you right-click 2 points, they will have volume. So you're really not going to want to do this for a regular claim, but let's say that you're in a town and you're building a hotel, and you want to rent out rooms that are on top of each other. The cuboid 3D claiming mode makes it easy to be able to rent out places that are on top of each other so they're not protected sky to bedrock, but all you have to do is just click on 2 points. One will have to be higher or lower than the other to claim volume up and down. And you can also just do cuboid to switch back to the 2D claiming mode. Now the last thing I want to go over is just a few utility commands and then buying and selling and renting land. So one of the cool commands is trapped. Now if you get stuck in someone else's claim, let's say you fall down a hole and you're not able to build to get out, that you could do /trapped, and that will be able to let you escape from their claim and teleport around it. So that's just helpful in case you ever get stuck. You can also do claim set spawn. Claim set spawn. And now when you go to claim info, if you see your claim in the list, that's where you're going to teleport to when you see it. So the last thing in this claim info menu, I'm going to go back. This gives you some helpful information on abandoning your claim, creating another one, getting information on it, viewing a list of all the claims, and setting up renting. So abandon is pretty simple. It just, if you stand in the claim, you can abandon it, and it removes the protection and deletes the claim permanently. Now, if you have child claims, like you have a basic claim and then you have a subdivided claim, you're going to have to stand in that subdivided claim first to abandon it, and then you're going to be able to abandon the basic claim around it. And the system will tell you that, so you're able to see that there. You can also do create, and then you're able to see buying the claim, so that's just kind of another way to use the /claim system. But then you can also view your info about your claim. That just shows everything that the claim info menu shows. And then there's a list. This is helpful as well because you can see a list of the claims you have. So if you have multiple claims, you can teleport to them. And now I just got sent back to that spot that we just set the spawn to. Now you can click on it to view information. And then you can also see if there's other claims around you, you're able to see the different kinds of claims that you have, so you can filter down by those claims. And finally, renting. This is helpful because you're able to rent out a claim that you make, and you can earn some money from it, and it's actually pretty helpful. So this menu is also pretty simple to use. You can do it all through this menu, but you can also place signs. So I'm going to explain both of those here as we go through this process. So the rate is pretty simple. It's just the amount of money that you're going to charge the person to rent your claim per however much time you specify. So you can see the payment type is going to be either a daily or an hourly payment. So let's just say that I want to set the rate to be $20, and I'm going to set that rate to be daily. You could also do it hourly, but that might be a little expensive. Now, the minimum and maximum time are how many days, because that's the payment type, the timeline that we've specified. How many days do you have to rent this claim for to be able to rent it in the first place? So let's say that you have to rent it for 5 days. So it's going to charge them $100 up front to rent the claim for 5 days. Now, if they want to rent longer, how long can they rent before the claim will be forfeited? Well, if you want them to be able to rent forever, you can enter a long, large value. It gives them as many days as you want. Or maybe you're going to say, I only want them to be able to have the house for a month. So 30 days. And then one more important thing is that you want to trust your renter. If you don't trust them, then they won't be added as a trust to the claim, so they won't be able to build. Just be aware that if you do trust them, it makes it so you're not able to build inside of that claim. So if you're going to rent out a claim, the best thing to do is create a basic claim around it. Once you've set up all these options, then you can choose to allow it to be able to show up on this rent menu. Now, what you could do is you could do claim by, and then you're able to get a list of all the claims that are for sale, or you can do claim rent while you're standing inside of the claim, and then people will be able to rent out your claim from you. And then as they make payments on that rental, you can view the transactions that have been happening for that claim. So another thing that you could do to make buying, renting, and selling claims easier is to place a sign. So all you have to do is place the sign inside of your claim. And then looks like I'm already in claim mode, so we're going to have to exit claim mode. And you can actually see as people click on a claim and do claim info or try to build inside of it, then they're able to see that they can rent the claim, so that can be helpful for you as well. So just place a sign inside. Start the first line with GD, stands for Grief Defender, and then rent. Now, the next line is going to be the amount per day or hour. So let's say that we want to rent it for $10 a day. But previously our example was 20, so we'll do $20 a day. And then if it's either an hour or a day, then you just use H or D. So we want to rent it for $20 a day. And then the last line is going to be the minimum and the maximum rent time. Similar to that menu we were just in, minimum time, we'll say 5 days, maximum time, 30 days. And I'll click done. Now it's going to confirm and make sure we really want to rent out our claim. You can see it's going to be $20 a day. Minimum, it's going to be 5 days, so they're going to be charged $100 up front, and then it ends within 30 days. Now, while it's rented, you can't build on the claim while someone else is owning it. So now I'm going to click confirm, and there we go. Now it's rentable. So I'm going to walk up here with my friend, and he is going to rent out the claim. And there we go. You can see that he has rented the claim. He has 30 days left to be able to be in the claim. Now, he did pay me $100, so my balance just increased by $100. You can see the new balance that you have. And then after 5 days, he's going to be renting it again for another day. So in 5 days, I'll get $20, and I'll keep getting $20 each day until either 30 days passes or until he cancels the rent of this land. Now that the land is rented, you can see that I'm not actually able to access the land, but he is, because he rented it, and he just broke the sign. Another example that you could do, instead of renting, is you can just sell your land permanently. And it's a very similar system to renting, except you just choose a price, and then it'll show up on the claim by list. So if you have any questions about claims, be sure to ask. You can ask in-game just by typing a chat message. You can create a ticket with a question that you have. So we could do ticket create and then enter your message. And be more descriptive than that, of course. And then you can answer it as a question ticket. So that will let our staff know that you have a question about the claim system. And you can see now that the ticket has been created. A third option is to visit our Discord and ask in our help channel. That's a great way to get help. And to get to our Discord, all you have to do is join the server and type /Discord. So thanks for watching. We hope to see you online in isoVerse soon. And we hope that you really enjoy the new claim system. Thanks.